Welcome back. Thousands of fans will be allowed into venues to watch the Tokyo Olympic Games, but they will be told not to cheer or even speak loudly. Organizers are limiting numbers to a maximum of 10,000 spectators, with venues only half full. However, even that goes against the advice of experts worried that the Games will spread COVID-19 transmission. More from the BBC's Rupert Wingfield Hayes.
Remember in those pre-COVID days when Tokyo won the 2020 Olympic bid? And people were allowed to celebrate like this. For a while, it seemed possible the Tokyo Games might actually take place with stadiums like this. But today, the president of the Tokyo Organizing Committee, Seiko Hashimoto, announced a compromise. In light of the government restrictions on public events, she says, the spectator limit on the Olympic Games will be set at 50% of venue capacity, up to a maximum of 10,000 people. That is very much not what the medical experts have been advising. Just last week they said having no spectators would be much the safest option.
The worry isn't really what the crowds do inside the stadiums, it's what they might do afterwards. People here in Tokyo are already thoroughly sick and tired of the pandemic. You can see it in places like this. People drinking late into the night in bars that are openly flouting the COVID regulations. And the Olympics will be a signal to everybody that it's okay to go out and celebrate.
Right, and also wearing masks.
That's what public health expert Kenji Shibuya is worried about.
My biggest concern is we have not yet suppressed or even eliminated COVID transmission locally. And we just lifted the state of emergency despite we have a pretty large number of cases in Tokyo still. There is a local transmission. And if we send an inconsistent signal that we should celebrate Olympic, then people will be confused and we see larger risk of local transmission.
The hope is the Olympics will look something like this football match. The stands half full, spectators obeying the rules. But with infection rates rising again in Tokyo, the next big wave of COVID may hit just in time for the opening ceremony on July the 23rd. Rupert Wingfield Hayes, BBC News, in Tokyo.
With the country focused on economic recovery in light of COVID-19 challenges, the importance of supporting local continues to be emphasized in all sectors. Massy Stores recently launched a promotional campaign to create greater awareness and visibility of small and medium-sized local manufacturers who supply its stores.
With the right support, small and medium-sized manufacturing enterprises have the potential to boost economic growth. It is this understanding that spurs Massy Stores to improve its relationships with this supplier segment with accelerated focus since COVID-19. Rigodol's Spice is the local manufacturer of herbal teas and spice shakers. Owner Jacinta Rigobert says her company has been able to grow and leverage various market opportunities over the 7 years that she has been working with Massy Stores.
Look, with COVID, I'm just saying to myself, it wasn't Massy. I did not know what I would do because Massy have helped my business to grow a lot. And a lot of people know about my product. Imagine when I go out there, some people will tell me, hey, I didn't know about that product. Where can I get it? I tell them, all Massy Outlet. And when I say all Massy Outlet, I'm feeling as if I'm floating in the air.
All the inputs to Rigodol's Spice come from herbs indigenous to St. Lucia and cultivated by the owner herself.
I've worked about 2 to 3 hotels and I'm seeing the kind of teas they're using. So I decided to do something different. My grandmother used to grow a lot of ginger and a lot of turmeric. And one day I decided to harvest some ginger, some turmeric, and then I decided to grind it, turn it into powder form. And I gave it to a few friends to samples, and they gave me some great feedback. So I decided, if I'm getting so much feedback on that, good feedback, it's best I go ahead and try some other herbs.
Ria Crochet Sion de la Peau is a locally made skincare line of body butter and body scrub that comes in a variety of fragrances. While still a relatively small startup, owner Maria Johnny says the feedback from the public is very encouraging. She is confident that the good working relationship that she enjoys with Marcy and the added visibility from the campaign will help push her small business in a positive direction.
Well, this is a very good idea. I mean, you're actually pushing the local people to come out there to do their stuff. And as I said, everybody has talent. Everybody can do what they put their mind to do. As long as they put their mind, they can do whatever that they can do. Don't be afraid. I mean, I'm shy. But whatever you put your trust in, you can make it happen. For those persons out there that want to start their own products, go ahead, start. You have places like Marcy that and the government trying to promote it. Why not?
These two uniquely St. Lucian products are all natural and can be found at Marcy stores supermarkets island-wide. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
The Global Environment Facility Small Grants Program of the UNDP is supporting St. Lucia's efforts to integrate research and innovation into the apiculture industry.
Since 2012, Jeff SGP UNDP St. Lucia has funded 13 apiculture projects totaling EC $1.6 million. Already successes have been achieved in producing byproducts such as soap, shampoo, lotions, candles, muscle pain relief creams, granola and mead, which is a delicious wine. This investment has already contributed to a 15% increase in honey production, trained over 200 beekeepers, and increased their income by 40 to 60%. Recent testing of St. Lucia's honey by a laboratory in France has confirmed its suitability for exporting to the European Union. Driven by a vision which focuses on research and innovation, Jeff SGP UNDP, the Government of St. Lucia, the Ionola Apiculture Collective and other NGOs will establish the Apiculture Research and Learning Institute, ARLI, as a center of excellence for research, innovation and learning in St. Lucia and the Eastern Caribbean.
What is the mission of ALI? To contribute to a sustainable climate-smart environment for pollinators. So we are going beyond bees to look at all the pollinators in the environment in St. Lucia through a program that is science-driven, important to us, develops and nurtures strategic partnerships, mutually beneficial partnerships, builds capacity, and generates benefits for communities. We believe apiculture has those attributes to uplift our rural societies and to contribute significantly to our economy.
According to the law of diffusion of innovation, approximately 2.5% of any population are the real innovators. These, when behind with the early adopters representing 13.5% of any population, will provide the impetus for sustainable development. Jeff SGP UNDP has targeted such pioneers to begin to push us beyond the frontier of science, agro-processing, agriculture and biodiversity in St. Lucia and the Eastern Caribbean. The Ionola Apiculture Collective fits within this pioneering category and has been breaking new ground in this area and will lead us with local and international partners to where we have not been before.
We're a collection of young and old beekeepers together, working to try to elevate the industry and embrace not just the craft of beekeeping, but also embrace the science of beekeeping. The science is the most critical, important thing that we have left behind, and what we've focused on in our organization is to focus on the science, to try to understand what's happening with our bees, where they are failing and where they are not failing, and how we can improve the ecosystem around and the analysis of the diseases possibly that the bees are carrying.
During a recent site visit to the IAC Apiculture Training Center in Castries, a delegation from the Embassy of Taiwan, led by Ambassador His Excellency Peter Chen, was introduced to the vision and mission of the Apiculture Research and Learning Institute, toured the apiary at Fiji, and participated in an interactive session of candle making using beeswax.
Taiwan provides a broad spectrum of assistance to St. Lucia, including agriculture, education, technology, business, health, etc. And we committed to work with St. Lucia government to achieve UN Sustainable Development Goals and also enhance resilience to climate change. And we look forward to working with all stakeholders and partners to benefit all solutions in the region. So I truly believe when we work together, we will shape a better future.
In the long run, the Apiculture Research and Learning Institute is expected to serve as a multi-purpose field research center that will focus on growth and optimization of the apiculture industry, mangrove, avifauna, and coral species restoration, and the establishment of a vibrant, diverse, and authentic apitourism experience in St. Lucia and the Eastern Caribbean. To achieve these objectives, ARLI will create strong, mutually beneficial and enduring partnerships with St. Kitts and Nevis, Dominica, Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, and Samoa, as well as with local, regional and international universities and research centers. For the Government Information Service, I am Jessie Leon.
Stay with us. The latest weather forecast is coming up after the break.